Every morning the drain tells the story before you do. You run your fingers through your hair, and there it is again. More strands than yesterday. More than last month. You tell yourself it is stress, the weather,
age,
bad shampoo, hormones, genetics. But then one day you catch yourself under a bright bathroom light or in a photo someone took without warning, and you notice something that is harder to ignore. The part looks wider. The temples look thinner. The volume is disappearing. So you try everything. The expensive shampoos, the collagen powders, the biotin gummies, the scalp oils, the silk pillowcases. Maybe you even stop using heat tools completely. And still your hair keeps getting thinner. Here is the truth most people never hear. For many adults over 60, the real problem is not happening on the scalp at all. It is happening in the gut. And the most powerful thing you can do for thinning hair may not come from a beauty store or a salon. It may come from the refrigerated section of your grocery store for less than $2 a week. Because hair loss after 60 is often not about hair. It is about absorption. It is about inflammation. It is about whether your body can still deliver nutrients to the follicles that need them. And when that system breaks down, your hair is usually one of the first places the body cuts back. Think about it this way. Your body treats your hair like a luxury. Your brain comes first. Your heart comes first. Your immune system comes first. If nutrients become limited, your body will protect the organs that keep you alive before it protects the hair on your head. So when your hair starts thinning, your body may be telling you that something deeper is wrong. Now, before we continue, I need to say something important. If your hair loss is sudden, patchy, or happening in circular bald spots, you should see a dermatologist, because that can be an autoimmune condition. If you are losing weight rapidly, feeling extremely exhausted, or noticing major changes in your eyebrows or skin temperature, then you should also get your thyroid checked by a medical professional. But for the majority of people over 60 dealing with gradual thinning, slower regrowth, and overall loss of density, the cause is usually much more fixable than they realize. And it often starts in the gut. Your gut is not just where food goes. It is where nutrients are absorbed. It is where inflammation begins. It is where billions of bacteria help regulate your immune system, your hormones, and even the health of your skin and hair follicles. When the gut microbiome becomes damaged, which commonly happens after years of antibiotics, processed foods, stress, poor sleep, and aging itself, your body stops absorbing nutrients efficiently. Iron absorption drops. Zinc absorption drops. Protein absorption drops. And the hair follicles quietly begin starving. Not all at once. Slowly. That is why the strands become finer before they disappear. That is why the texture changes. That is why new hairs come back thinner than before. And this is exactly why so many people waste years taking biotin supplements that do almost nothing. Most people are not losing hair because they lack biotin. They are losing hair because their gut cannot properly absorb and deliver the nutrients that actually build strong hair. So, what helps restore that system? Plain kefir. Not sugary yogurt drinks. Not probiotic candy. Plain kefir with live cultures. Kefir contains beneficial bacteria that help rebuild the gut microbiome and strengthen the intestinal lining where nutrient absorption happens. And when the gut begins healing, nutrient delivery improves throughout the body, including the scalp. 1 glass every night before bed. That is it. And nighttime matters because your gut does most of its repair work while you sleep. Now, does this mean kefir magically regrows hair overnight?
No.
But it helps repair one of the most common hidden systems driving hair thinning after 60. And once that system starts improving, the body can finally begin supporting the follicles again. The second major factor is something most doctors never fully explain. Ferritin, not iron. Ferritin. Ferritin is your stored iron reserve. And hair follicles are extremely sensitive to low ferritin levels even when standard blood tests look normal. This is why so many people are told their labs are fine while their hair keeps falling out. Because standard blood tests mainly look for anemia. But hair follicles start struggling long before anemia appears. You can have enough iron to survive and still not enough to support healthy hair growth. When ferritin drops too low, the body redirects iron away from hair production and toward more important organs. Again, the body sacrifices hair first. This is why many adults over 60 notice hair thinning after years of digestive issues, dieting, chronic stress, or low protein intake. One of the best food sources for restoring ferritin is beef liver, not supplements. Real food. A small portion twice a week provides highly absorbable iron along with vitamin A and B vitamins that support healthy follicles. And here is an important detail. Pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C, a squeeze of lemon, some red bell pepper, even a few strawberries. Vitamin C dramatically improves iron absorption. The third hidden problem is protein absorption. Most people immediately say the same thing. But I eat protein. The issue is not always how much protein you eat. The issue is how much your body actually breaks down and absorbs. Hair is made mostly of keratin, which depends on amino acids from dietary protein. But as we age, stomach acid often declines. Digestion becomes weaker. And inflamed intestines absorb nutrients less efficiently. So even if you eat chicken, eggs, or meat every day, your follicles may still not receive enough usable building material. This is why bone broth can help. Bone broth contains partially broken down collagen and amino acids that are easier for an aging digestive system to absorb. 1 cup daily can support both gut health and hair structure at the same time. The fourth factor is thyroid function. And this one is commonly missed. Many people are told their thyroid is normal because one number looked acceptable on a basic panel. But thyroid function exists on a spectrum. When thyroid hormones run low, even within the so-called normal range, hair growth slows dramatically. The follicles enter resting mode. The strands become dry, thin, and brittle. You may also notice cold hands, fatigue, slower digestion, or thinning eyebrows. If that sounds familiar, ask your doctor for a complete thyroid panel, not just TSH. Because hair follicles are extremely sensitive to thyroid hormones. And finally, we need to talk about stress. Not occasional stress. Chronic stress. The kind that quietly follows people for years. Financial stress. Health anxiety. Loneliness. Poor sleep. The constant pressure modern life places on the nervous system. When stress becomes chronic, cortisol levels stay elevated. And elevated cortisol directly pushes hair follicles out of the growth phase and into the resting phase. In simple terms, stress tells your body that survival matters more than hair. And chronic stress also damages the gut microbiome, which brings us right back to the beginning. That is why the solution cannot be just shampoo. The body works as one connected system. So here is the simplest daily protocol. Morning. Start with warm water and a squeeze of lemon to gently stimulate digestion. Eat real oats instead of sugary breakfast cereals because the fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria. During the day, focus on protein. Eggs, fish, meat, Greek yogurt, if tolerated. Add pumpkin seeds for zinc. Use real food, not ultra-processed snacks. Twice a week, include beef liver or another iron-rich food. Evening. Remove sugary desserts, processed foods, and late-night snacking because these increase inflammation and disrupt overnight repair. Then before bed, drink 1 glass of plain kefir. After that, do 4 slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Repeat 4 times. That breathing pattern helps calm the nervous system, lower cortisol, and shift the body into repair mode before sleep. 1 glass. 2 minutes of breathing. Done consistently. That is where healing begins. Now let me tell you something important. Hair regrowth usually does not begin with new hair. It begins with less hair falling out. That is the first sign. The shower drain changes. The brush changes. The shedding slows. Then small fine hairs begin returning around the temples or hairline. Then density gradually improves over the following months. This is not an overnight transformation. It is biology rebuilding itself slowly. But I have seen people completely change the direction of their hair health once they stopped treating the scalp like the problem and started repairing the systems underneath it. Thin hair after 60 is not always genetics. It is not always aging. Very often it is the result of poor absorption, chronic inflammation, depleted iron, stressed hormones, and a damaged gut microbiome. And the body can improve when you finally give it what it has been missing. Your hair is not just disappearing. Your body is sending a signal. The question is whether you are finally ready to listen to it. If this video helped you, subscribe for more evidence-based ways to support your health naturally as you age. And tell me your age in the comments below because it helps me know which topics to cover next.